Welcome back, FPL managers. Before we dive into today's video, a quick reminder, if you enjoy the content, show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out and ensures you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Let's get started. In this video, we'll go over how my team is lining up for the coming week, as well as transfer plans. With injuries and a double game week 37 approaching, there's a lot to consider. First, let's take a short look at game week 35, which still has Chelsea and Tottenham to play. 59 points with a -4, a modest green arrow to 11k overall. It's one of those weeks with a great team on paper but a lot of blanks, Petrovic with 2 and another home game against Tottenham to go. Hopefully he does better than this. No clean sheets from Burn, Dalot, or Pedro Porro. Newcastle are a good example of how a home game against a bad side doesn't guarantee a clean sheet, but at least dodged Fabian Schär, who was substituted at halftime with a hamstring injury, and we don't know how long he will be out for. Dalot was unlucky not to keep a clean sheet as a last-minute blunder by the United defense gave Burnley a penalty, which they converted into an equalizing goal. A last-minute leak rescued me from playing Salah, who was benched for Liverpool's game against West Ham away and was given 13 minutes from the bench while I sold him for Kevin De Bruyne with a -4, but he didn't disappoint, assisting both of City's goals for 11 points. Also, Anthony Gordon did the same with a 10-pointer. Both of them were big differentials. Captaining Palmer over Son hasn't gone as planned, with Son scoring and Palmer missing a huge chance from close range, but they will square off against each other midweek, so it could still work out. My mistake this week was not only not captaining Son, but also benching Haaland in favor of Mbeumo. Let's move on to the transfer plan for game week 36. Ederson was replaced at halftime due to a shoulder injury and was photographed with his arm in a sling, but he played through it to finish the first half, so it's a difficult decision. If his injury is gone, keep him out for the rest of the season or until game week 38. It's an easy transfer to Ortega, who was in excellent form prior to Ederson's return from injury. With that being said, I am leaning more towards saving the transfer until we know more, and this is how the team is going to line up for game week 36. In goal, it's Petrovic with West Ham at home. When I bought the goalkeepers, I planned on using Ederson from game week 36 to the end of the season. However, with him being injured, I have no option but to use Petrovic. In defense, it's Gusto, Gabriel, and Dan Burn. I wonder whether Arteta could rotate Gabriel for Kiwior, given the number of games he's played through injury. But realistically, he can't afford to rotate right now. City topped the clean sheet odds with a 54% chance, followed by Arsenal with 45%, Nottingham Forest, and Chelsea. I'm hoping Gusto will start after missing game week 35 with an injury. He was seen training before game week 35, so I hope he's ready. If I hear he's not in the starting lineup, Dalot will start ahead of him. With Fabian Schär injured, it's going to be a weakened Newcastle defense who will face the informed Burnley side, who have lost once in their last 8 games in the league. So, I am not expecting much from Dan Burn. In midfield, it's Mbeumo, Palmer, De Bruyne, Son, and Gordon. With Ivan Toney back from illness, Mbeumo is playing as a winger and he's not being effective from wide, so he might drop to the bench for Muniz. He's not the only player I am thinking of dropping for Muniz. Gordon is also another one with his away form. He only has 1 goal and 2 assists, with the 1 goal and assist coming in the same game against Sheffield United where Newcastle scored 9 goals. If we ignore that 1 game, Gordon has only 1 assist in 15 away games this season. Buying De Bruyne instead of Foden and Bruno paid off for game week 35, with Foden missing through illness and Bruno blanking but earning 2 bonus points for his effort. He looked back to his best during City's game against Forest, so I am happy to have him in the team for the run-in. The front 2 are Haaland and Isak, but it could turn into a front 3 with Muniz. Only Haaland and Palmer have scored more goals than Isak this season, which is impressive considering he has missed a chunk of games due to injuries. Haaland came off the bench and scored against Forest over the weekend. Hopefully, with a week full of rest, he will start the game against Wolves. I am torn between Haaland, De Bruyne, and Palmer for the captaincy this week. As it stands, Haaland is wearing the armband. So, don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If I make any last-minute modifications, I'll post an update on Twitter, so make sure to follow. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. There is a ton of FPL stuff coming up, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out.